both.
Yeah, I'm fucking done.
Yep, they went off backwards and had to U-turn.
Fucking Zwift.
Yeah. They've not made it back on. So it's the best thing to do to try at least. Try and keep in that front group, everyone, because it is breaking up. I put a little dig in, just going to be dropping back quick. Oh, you know, nice, nice. Try and conserve a little bit more in the pack. Like, Joe, you keep going up at 4 watts per kilo, you won't be needing to do that. Try and keep it a bit more consistent.
I'm just trying to speed up a little bit.
Come on, power of gods.
bit mindful of any attacks early. Like, there is the possibility to break up the group here. It'll be just after this second crossing that people might go for it here. Got the mini-map, you should be able to see 3 buildings in blue on the right hand side. It's just after, on that 3rd building, that you want to start going for the sprint.
Dark one?
Yeah, I think so. If you're going for the fastest through the segment. Yeah, people are going now. There's a little flat section to build up speed before you hit the climb. If you're going for first cross line, you need to move up now. You need to move up now. Nice, Dan. Keep working all the way through. Relax off a bit, you've got a bit of a gap, Dan. Not too low, but enough to get yourself back. There's no real gaps forming at the moment, it's just a long stream of riders. Expect we'll see you on around 40th. See all 5 is in the front bit now, all good. Back of the group is going to be around 50th. AHGR have lost one already, so the guy's not very good. Didn't look expected to, so they'll have 5 in the front group. But at least we'll be even with them now already. They'll generally take it in turns, I think, for attacking the sprint. So, like, in this case, we just need to pack it out and try and get as many in that top 10 every time. Even if you're just picking up 1 or 2 points, it really adds up.
How many did we get in then?
I only saw Dan in, but Joe may have just got in, I think.
That's
Really need to, like, the first 1 or 2 are going to be a bit crazy because everyone's going to be going through fastest through the segment, but after that we really need to load them out. There's so much recovery on here. And for the rest of the lap, it's just that long climb before it drains people. So much of it is building up that speed on that slightly flatter section before the, like, really steep section through the actual sprint.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. Momentum that'll help you keep with those front riders even if you're not absolutely max sprinting. So really try and max out the draft here. There might be a little dig around this corner. Then again, you just want to be real gentle. You're not going to get dropped if you're just playing at the back of the field, like seeing how little you can do. No one's pushing up here at all. 4's, well, way more than enough, if not 3.5. you can probably go even lower than that. Like, don't worry about being towards the back of the pack. Really want to get that average down. Just conserve.
The hard time moving up. Section, so.
Yeah. Most people seem to be able to hold around 3 and stay on the pack. Like, don't worry about staying at the back. No one is going to get away totally. The front isn't doing quick enough to break you.
I'm 3 to mid, 3 in the middle.
Yeah.
Stretching here.
There's one person attacking at the front, that's it. Really good there, Joe. The pass section's been fantastic. Worry about moving up too early, anyone. Like, we can move up on the climb itself and you'll waste far less watts. Feather will be a far more useful power than Steamroller. I know the Steamroller goes for longer, but if you're going for that sprint segment, it's all about that burst and holding the momentum.
It's Van Steamroller and Arrow.
Oh god, okay, sorry. I was wondering why I hadn't seen any.
Someone's having a go.
They're not pushing too fast. They're already at the front. Doing 4 point, no, it's like that.
It's at 11k the second sprint, so.
Yeah, lead riders are doing 4. Correct. Just gonna keep an eye on the lead riders and let you know what they're doing. Then you can judge your effort a bit better. Still nothing above 4. You're pushing up to 5 watts per kilo now at the front. Which means you'll be doing 4.5 to stay in at most. One guy's head out, but he's dropped off the pace, so don't worry about him. You want to start moving up now, if you're not already towards the front. Dave, watch out. Dave, you're going to have to put a little dig in, otherwise you're going to get sucked back. HCR guys going, HCR guys going. A few people off the front, they're not going too high, guys, let's push up. Lots of points available here. Nice guys, you're all coming through, keep pushing through. Let's go, let's go. I see all of you. Go on, Dave. Nice, Joe, nice, Joe. Let's work together. Huddy, keep pushing. Huddy, you can go up, oh, come on. Nice, Joe, really good. Really good. All 5 in the top 10 there. Fantastic. That's exactly what we're after.
1, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. That's incredible. Great work, guys.
I think it doesn't matter that Adam Evans came in 4th, because what, like, every place is less, like, having someone extra is so much more important. Like, don't worry if you're in place, just make sure we all get there. Remember guys, you don't need to chase down the gap now. Nice work, Chris. Let other people bring it through, just sit on their wheel. No gap's going to open up this early. There's a slight split around 20th, but I doubt it'll hold.
I went way early then. It's really got to surf wheels, fellas. Don't do what I just did.
Still got the points, so that's what mattered. It gave Joe the perfect lead out, and otherwise Joe wouldn't have had that.
You've got 7k to get your breath back.
Yeah. Like, there's no reason to conserve at all on that sprint. It's absolute max effort because you're going to have so long to recover. Yeah, Danjo, you're currently averaging 3.9 and 3.8. Everyone else is a bit lower, so again, it's a case of just trying to sit in as much as possible. Save as much as you can.
Must be because we got higher sprints, mate, not because of our car.
Trying to help the girl. It's like saying the sprint, you've only got to do it 4 more times, yeah?
That really helps, buddy.
You're welcome. Other side, one of the HDR guys doing 4 watts per kilo, and he is struggling. Heart rate's still high. Makes you feel any better, everyone else is hurting too.
Hurting more, not hurting two, they're hurting more.
I know.
They're hurting the same, but they didn't put 1, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the sprints.
Exactly.
So they're hurting to come 11th.
That is where it matters. You might as well hurt yourself that little bit extra and get those points, rather than a wasted effort.
Is it worth keeping the steamroller for the sprint?
Yeah, they're all about the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think there's much difference. The only time I'd consider it is the last 2 laps if you're going to think about saving something for the finish instead of the sprint. But again, it's unlikely to be worth it unless you know you're going for the podium spots. Or are strong enough to do both. I think the draft is probably the weakest on the sprint. But other than that, it's very, very similar. Judging by the fact that people just burn totally different power-ups, 2 of each, then I don't think anyone else knows either.
That's right. Got another steamroller anyway.
To be fair, because of that, it might be better just to use it to conserve anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because whatever you're going to get is going to be beneficial. Yeah, HGR are both burning their vans just now to keep in the group. So I think they don't think the van's as useful.
Or they're absolutely on the limit, they needed to stay there.
Yeah. Some of them are really struggling. Okay. A few people are punching off at 6 watts per kilo, but they're not going to make much gap. Okay, one's starting to sprint, a couple are starting to go now. Just wait until you get over that lip of the flat to really go for it. This crossing, you need to start going now. It's a long enough gap, plenty of trail out. You need to push through. I see 3 of you, go on, keep working. Go on, Huddy, you've got this. Real nice guys at the front, that's great. Come on, keep pushing, they're chasing you down. Go on, Dan. You're doing more than him, Dan, you're doing more than him, come on. There we go, you're good, you're good, you're good. Nice, well done, you guys.
Brilliant, guys. 1, 2, 5.
Good work. Yeah, and Huddy I think got 9th or 10th. Maybe even 8th.
Brilliant.
Real good work there, guys. Especially Dave and Huddy just keep on getting those points. That's what really matters. Mike, just watch out, there's a bit of a group opening up ahead of you. There's 2 of the HGR guys, so they should pull you back. But just be careful. Maybe let them do the work. Let other people close the gap for you, but just be aware.
4 of us in the front.
Nice. really good thing to note from that is Adam Evans had 0 sprint there. Like, all of you were out sprinting him. The only difference was positioning, and 2 of you managed to beat him for that. Which leaves him down to 1 real big person for the finish, which is great for us.
Back of the pack is 36, 35 now. So just be aware if you're dropping to 30 if you're close to the back.
Yeah. Cheers. I think there's going to be much point in a lead out. The only time is whether if someone's gone too early anyway and people just take advantage of it. So the only real tactics we can go for from here is for the finish, having like some of the other sprockets attacking early. But everyone's doing really well to keep in the group. We've got lots of dirt rides in that front group, which is fantastic. Not just our team.
How far is the finish from that bottom corner, Screw?
I can check, but I think it's about.
Yeah, can you work it out?
Okay. Oh yeah.
About 300 metres or something. The finish banner from the bottom corner.
Oh right, sorry, yeah.
It's 2k from the bridge.
Just work it out.
Yeah, I was going to say from the back bridge area it's about 2k, but yeah, I'll check it out.
No, yeah, that
it's
last
about
corner.
300, 400, but it's also uphill, so I wouldn't, like, some people will start to go on that last corner, but I'd recommend waiting another 2-3 seconds at minimum. Because essentially there's a bit of a hill, like it's only 1%, there's a slight hill after that last corner, then it dips down again, and then there's a hill into the finish, so you want to start going on that first hill, and really build speed through the downhill, and then kick again on the hill into the finish. It is a long finish, which is why it's great if people can attack early, because then no one's at their absolute max, and it's just a long 1 minute grind, which suits us better than the 15-second sprint. I think the finish will suit Joe, you guys in general, because it is longer. Whereas Mitchell Stewart for AHGR will have to go quite early, or try and hold on and just hope he's still in touch. And AHGR doing so much work at the front of the pack, it's great for us, just let them do it. You're all doing really well there, sitting in. I don't think you need to do above 4 up this climb particularly. You might be fine doing 4 watts per kilo up that climb in future. You'll probably drop back a bit, but you'll stay in the group. The highest I've seen is people doing 5 watts per kilo at the front, and the draft is still massive on it. Start thinking about your power-ups now if you want to use them, and see what you get on the next one. It might be an idea using it just before the line, just so you have a bit more savings on the hill, or into the bottom of the hill. But just think and make sure you've made a decision. peak of the 1%, then it drops down slightly to a flatter section here. And then from the pink banner on your right, about now, it goes back up. There. It's 400 meters, just over 400 meters, 450 meters. About 30 seconds at sprint speed, maybe a bit less, from that corner. People are stretching out the pack a bit now. Don't need to do too much, but I think someone might be going early. Yeah, one guy's up to 7 watts per kilo already. He's going very early. He's got a bit of a gap. He's dying. He's dying. Oh, he's back up. People starting to go. People starting to go at the front. Yeah, you've got 2 of you off the front now, perfect. Use each other. AHGR is sitting in your draft. Nice work, Mike. Keep pushing, Mike. Go on. Keep pushing, Mike. You've got this. Dan, let's work up. Beat those two, Dan. Come on, Dan. Keep going, come on. There we go, real good. Nice, Dan. Great work. The D should be good there. Yeah, Chris will be fine with that gap. There's a couple of HGR again behind you. Marty, the other HGR, and Dave Problem, the 3 of the other HGR guys are sitting about 20th through the sprints. So they're not challenging. Like, they're not going to have much at all. It's going to be far better if we get more of those points. Okay, there's a slight gap at 28th. Probably going to get closed up. Yeah, back of the group is around 30th. They're coming through quite hot, so just be careful, especially Mike and Dan.
Okay, 32 is the back of the group.
Yeah. Guys, you can get away with sub 3 watts per kilo at the moment, comfortably. Looking at like 2 watts per kilo and you should still stay in. If it starts to stretch out the front, I will let you know. because half of AHDR aren't challenging for sprints, it's better just to have this slow pace. Because we can do both, we can challenge and recover. Okay, the group's thinning out a little bit. Just be careful if you're hanging off the back at all. Should be fine, you don't need to push up too much, but just be aware. I think it's Adam Evans' days today. His heart rate's still in the mid 160s. It's normally his max is 180ish, I think. He's done higher than that, but anyhow. And Joe, that was much better drafting last lap. You're back down to 3.6 average. One of the AHDR guys who's just sitting in is up at 3.9 for reference. Probably get away with 4 watts per kilo through this section. You definitely don't need to do too much above it.
Is this the last sprint, then finish?
No.
No, 2 more.
Roger.
There's a huge rest between the sprint and the finish. Like, you can go for it, unless you're absolutely desperate to get those top 3 places. If you're not aiming for the top 3, then it's probably worth going for the sprint anyway. Lowest points from this front group is going to be 17 at the finish, whereas top 10 is 23 upwards. So it's much better if you are just barely holding on, just to go for it on that sprint finish. Not on the sprint finish, sorry, on the sprint. Don't worry about the finish line. 3 points for the black 20 places in this group. 3 points difference. I'm just sitting on this now with this size group. Definitely have to put some kind of sprint in. Use that draft, Dave, use the draft. Yeah. Gotta keep hitting it, Dave, keep hitting it. It's real good. Get that 5 meters, you've got 5 meters gap now, keep working it. Nice, Dave, hit it on across the line, hit it across the line as the gradient changes. Go on. Real good, it's real nice. Dan, Joe, let's start coming through, come on. There we go, see you there. Go on, Dave, come on, Dave. Oh.
Okay.
Really good attack, Dave. That was nice. Again, 3 of us in that top 5. Mike, you need to push up with that Zedson guy. You're gonna have to push up, Mike. Little dig now while it's still on the climb. Nice, Mike, that's really good. Well done.
I didn't mean to do that. Oh.
Did you go on the wrong hill?
No, it just opened up, so I just kept going.
It was a really strong effort. Just make sure you recover hard this lap. Mike, that's great work around the top to get back in. Yeah, we've dropped a couple more guys, so it's down to 30 in the top group. If this guy catches back on. That's on this downhill section here. Joe with steamroll, you could probably go 1.5, if not lower. Nice, there we go. Try not to get into that cycle at the front of people turning over. Try and stay just behind it, about 3 rows deep. So weird. You just lapped a guy, but didn't even try and latch on. Trying to get back on now, but he didn't do it when he had to.
Is that the arrow guy?
Yeah. They're now working quite hard to jump back on it, but it was way too late. Yeah, Everyone in the front group still actually in the front group.
Spin those legs out, fellas. Recover. Spin it out. Don't grind. Yep.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Just saying, spin your legs out. Recover.
Yep. Make sure you're not in too low a gear and doing a bit too much heavy work. Again, on this little climb, no one's attacking hard enough. Like 4 watts per kilo should be more than enough to stay within the group. If you can see guys around you doing less watts per kilo, it means you can probably do less too. A little careful. Yeah, that's perfect, Mike. Already beat me to it. Well done. Nice and comfortable there, guys. That's good. I have 2 more power-ups to come. 1 through the next banner and then 1 through the sprint banner. Unless you're absolutely sure you're going to be fighting for a podium place, I'd use it on the sprint. Just try and get as many points here as you can. Adam Evans has cut his weight back down. Interestingly, now he can't be promoted. His weight suddenly went down 3 kilos over the past week, since he's done his 4th and qualified. What a surprise.
They're not as bad as Zed's playing
No.
afterwards. In the email, you see that.
Let's keep pushing out, guys. Pushing out. Come on. Get on it. You're all in the chance here. You've still all got a chance to get that top 10. Nice, Joe. Come on. Huddy, you're going to close that gap. You're going to close that gap and push through them. You've got this. Go with Joe. Go with Joe. Come on, Huddy. Dan, push through this AHGR, guys. Nice work there, guys. Real nice.
Seriously close there. Bloody great work.
Yeah. Dave, there are gaps ahead of you. Obviously, try and let other people close them. You should be absolutely fine. But... And Mike, yeah, just get on. You should be fine as well. Really well done there. Most of the gaps are behind you. Same with Chris. One of the HDR guys is right at the back, but I think he's going to be fine, annoyingly. We're down to 28 now. Maybe 27. Again, it's worth going for that top 10. Maybe chance a little.
A lot of them have burnt their power-ups,
Yeah.
so they're struggling.
Yeah, I think there's not going to be too many people challenging for that top 10. I reckon about 15 people at most are in the mix.
15
Worth.
minutes.
It's worth having a shot, even if you don't think you can make it. Because at worst you're missing out on 1 or 2 points. And every place in the top 10 is an additional 3. I reckon we're going to be pretty close on points with the HDR, because they'll have some of the FTS. It's going to come down to just beating them at the finish. Make sure you don't get pipped at the line by one of them. And just keep conserving on this section. You might be able to get a bit of a look at the finish in reverse, or on the left hand side as you're going past it. When you come around that corner you have a slight 1% incline, then it flattens out for a bit with actually a tiny dip, and then it's a climb again into the finish.
How long from the corner? About 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds from the corner.
Right. Got a steamroller, so I'm going to hit it just after.
Yeah. You don't want to be the first person leading out, because people will come through you. But equally, if you've not started to go by the top of the first bump, or where it flattens out, then you really need to be getting on it. Okay, so you see here, there's a little dip on the left hand side coming up, and then a bump again. At the peak of that bump, you must be going by then. Build up the momentum on the flatter downhill part, and really hit the bottom of that last climb hard. Here's the peak, then it's about 5 seconds from the corner. So it's that 5 seconds of no man's land from the corner to that peak, where you're going to have to make a decision of how early to go or how late to go. But the sprint's going to be at least 20 seconds, 25 seconds. The main bit being that last climb. You might have a few people trying to go early out of this bottom bit on the underpass, but it's way too early to hold off there, but you want to make sure you're in the top 20, top 15 at that point. Okay, the guys going early are doing 5 watts per kilo, 6 watts per kilo. I doubt they're going to stay away. It's one of the AHGR guys who's just closing it down. Got a 3-second gap now. They're going to want you to pull it out, but other people are chasing. If it gets above 5 seconds, might need to start thinking now. They're doing about 4.5 watts per kilo at the moment, 4.5 to 5. Let's start to move towards the front of the group though. Three-second gap, 4-second gap to the front of the group. Chris is closing up the gap at the moment. Let's keep with him. Okay, people are starting to go early. They shouldn't make it from here, but you've got to be aware of this. Adam Evans and the HGR guys are moving up to close this. They will close it up, so sitting behind them. I think they realise that you're doing that, but just sit in. Keep sitting in. You're going to close that gap now. That's one HDR guy who's going to be burnt out at the finish. Great for us. Be cautious of touching the front a bit too much at this point. Chris, are you able to bridge that gap for us? It'd be fantastic if you can. Thanks, that's great. It's been really good work so far. Yeah, you're doing great. Other people are going to take over at this point. Yeah, that's perfect. Really well done, Chris. Thank you so much for that. Fantastic for us. Chris, you've got a pretty large gap to anyone behind you, so if you can't keep with the group, you can just roll in. Heads on now, guys. I'm going to call out any moves I see. Okay, AHR guy's going early. Just one of them, not their biggest threat, but he's gone early. Other people are with him. Okay, you need to start moving now. We've got to go now, absolutely got to go now. They've got a lot of people towards the front, guys. Go on, sprint, sprint, sprint.
Ooh.
How did everyone go?
Nice. Well done, fellas.
Good job, guys. How do we do?
I'm pretty good on the mark. Yeah, we did alright. Pretty good. Yeah, I was 8.
14. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Yeah.
Cheers. Good job, guys.
Spent that bit late. Fuck, I spilled.